solving question number 5. The very question number 5 is what we have on the board. Guys, now we are asked to solve 4 open bracket 3m minus 1 close bracket is equal to 11m minus 3 open bracket m minus 4. Guys, this is equation with bracket, right? Yes. So what do? We put down the equation for 3m minus 1 into 11m minus 3 into m minus 4. Guys, what do? The first thing that we do here is to remove the bracket by the multiplication factor. And now we have 2 brackets here, and then we have 2 multiplication factors. And what are the multiplication factors? For the first bracket, the multiplication factor here is 4. Then it shows that 4 will multiply all the terms inside this first bracket. Then the second bracket is what? M minus 4. And the multiplication factor there is minus 3. So guys, we are going to be using minus 3 to remove. Okay, so we will quickly remove the bracket. Now, we are going to have remove the brackets. Then we are going to have 4 times 3m. And guys, we are going to have this to be 12m. Then 4 times minus 1, we're going to have minus 4 is equal to 11m. Minus 3 times m, guys, we're going to have minus 3m. And minus 3 times minus 4, guys, we have plus 12. Yes, minus times minus is plus. Therefore, minus 3 times minus 4 will have given us plus 12. Guys, the next thing we are quickly going to do is that we can simply remove 3m from 11m here and reduce this equation, right? Yes. So we are going to have this as 12m minus 4 is equivalent to 11 minus 3, guys, where we have 8m. Plus 12m plus 12. At this point, guys, the next thing we are simply going to do is to collect like terms. Now we have collection of like terms. Collect like terms. Now in this case, we already know that the left hand side carries only the variables, while the right hand side carries what? The integers, which are the constants. Therefore, we know that any of these variable or any of these term that is carrier of m must occupy the left hand side, while those without m will occupy the right hand side, being that m is the variable in this particular equation. Therefore, the first variable that I have here now is 12m and is at the left hand side originally. Therefore, the next variable that we have here is 8m, and this 8m is at the right hand side. Now we will move it from the right hand side to the left hand side, and as plus 8m crosses from the right hand side to the left hand side, then we will have this as minus 8m. Now that we are done with the variables, we can therefore put down our equal to. Now when we go to the right hand side, the first number that we have there, which is a constant, is 12. So we put down plus 12. Then we come to the left hand side, guys. At the left hand side, we have minus 4. And what do we do with this minus 4? We will take minus 4 to the right hand side. And as we move minus 4 from the left hand side to the right hand side, rule number 3 must be obeyed, that negative turns to positive anytime it crosses the sign of equality. Therefore, we are going to have this as plus 4. Then the next thing we do is, remember that 12m and 8m belongs to the same family, the same category. Therefore, we can remove 8m from 12m, and when we remove 8m from 12m, guys, we have 4m, which is equivalent to, when we add 4 to 12, guys, this will give us 16. The next thing we are quickly going to do, guys, is to divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable m, and that coefficient is 4. So we have divide both sides by 4, and we are going to have 4m over 4 is equal to 16 over 4. And guys, 4 divided by 4, we are going to have 1m, and 16 divided by 4, we are going to have 4. This is the very answer to this particular question. So guys, all you just need to do is to take your time to watch the video over and over again. If there is any part of this video you really do not understand, but I bet you that if you take your time and have a full focus, you will get everything that we are giving to you in the course of this training. So guys, stay tuned to this YouTube channel and ensure that you maximize every little content that we drop, because they are all mind-blowing content. Now, very quickly, let's head on to solving the very question number 6. We have the question number 6 on the board. Now, we are given that sub 2 is equal to 5 open bracket 5y minus 2 close the bracket, then minus 9 open bracket 3y minus 2 close bracket. This is what also an equation with bracket, because I told us before, equations with bracket will always come with brackets. Then what do? We put down our solution, and then we have 2 is equal to 5 open bracket 5y minus 2 minus 9 into 3y minus 2. Now that we know that we have 2 brackets here and we are going to be remove the brackets, the next thing we do is to identify the multiplication factors. Now, the multiplication factor for the first bracket is 5. That means this 5, we multiply everything inside this first bracket. And secondly, the next multiplication factor we have for the second bracket is what? Minus 9. Don't forget, it's not 9, but minus 9. So we are going to be using minus 9 to open the second bracket. Now, let's doing that. Now, remove the brackets. Guys, so first we have 2 at the left hand side is equal to, guys, 5 times 5y, when we have 25y. 5 times minus 2, we are going to have minus 10. Now, minus 9 times minus 9 times 3y, guys, we are going to have minus 27y. And minus 9 times minus 2, guys, minus 9 times minus 2, we are going to have plus 18. Guys, don't forget this, that minus times minus is plus. Okay, now the next thing we are quickly going to do is to rearrange these terms. Of course, we can collect like terms, or we can decide to first of all reduce the left hand side to the possible best we can reduce the right hand side. Are we there? So in this case now, we can decide to say, okay, this is 2 is equal to 25y minus 27y. Guys, I am only rearranging it. I'm not collecting like terms. This is because we collect like terms when we are moving a particular term from one end to the other end. Now we are not moving anyone. We are dealing with them still on the right hand side. All I'm just doing is to bring closer the variables and what to also bring closer the constants. Then we are going to now have minus 10 plus 18. Guys, at this point, this would have given us 2 is equal to, when we remove 27y from 25y, guys, this will give us minus 2y. Yes, 25y minus 27y will give us minus 2y. And minus 10 plus 18, guys, we are going to have plus 8. Please, you can impute this in your calculator and see the resulting outcome. All right, so minus 10 plus 8, guys, we are going to have plus 8. Then the next thing we do here is to collect like terms, right? Yes, by standard we said that variables occupy the left hand side while constants occupy the right hand side. Therefore, we are going to follow this rule number 1 to rearrange this equation. And what do, guys? We will simply say collect like terms. And by this, we will take this minus 2y to the left hand side and understand that anytime minus crosses the sign of equality, rule number 3 must be obeyed. Therefore, we are going to have this as 2y is equal to, now at the right hand side I have 8, then put down 8. Then I am also going to move 2 from the left hand side to the right hand side and understand that this 2 is plus 2. And anytime plus crosses the sign of equality, it automatically changes towards the corresponding opposite sign. Is that correct? So when we move plus 2 from the left to the right, we are going to have minus 2. So we have this as minus 2, guys. Then this will give us 2y is equivalent. When we remove 2 from 8, guys, we are going to have 6. Then we pull down the 6. The next thing we do, guys, is to divide both sides by the coefficient of y. Divide both sides by 2. And we are going to have 2y over 2 is equal to 6 over 2. Guys, 2 divided by 2, we are going to have 1y. And 6 divided by 2, we are going to have 3. This is the simple answer to this question. You see, it may look so lengthy, but it is understandable, right? Yes. When you take your time to follow up with the principles, you see every step that we take here, we take them correspondingly to what the principles that we stated before the commencement of problems and solution. You know, in the basis, when we started explanation, giving you the preamble as to what linear equation is all about, we discussed the rules, the basic rules that will guide us anytime we have any problems to solve under linear equation. So guys, like I explained earlier, we have 8 questions to solve. Now we want to solve the next question, which happens to be question number 7.